Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man, Sai. Short hiatus over and we are back. I'm just back from minor surgery, went to Tokyo for a little do as well. A little bit sore, but I'm recuperating. And after watching the Ipswich match, cooped up in a hotel, casting onto the big screen in bed, I'm here to tell you 3 things that Arne Slot said right at the start of the season that everyone seems to have forgot. This was why I had huge belief in him. The words that he spoke ring true today, and this is why we absolutely dominate teams. It's a disgusting, distasteful, oppressive style of football that doesn't even give opposition, especially lower quality opposition, a chance. Now, many people in my chat said they fear the game in hand against Everton. Moyes has got them on the right track. He's going to give us a harder game. But one of these facts should put to bed any fears around the Merseyside derby and the unknown quantity around it. So let's get into it. But before we do, something to cheer me up. This literally just arrived. This is another package from Dennis Man. Thank you so much, my man. He ordered this from amazon.co.jp and I can't wait to see what we got inside. I'm revealing it live on Liverpool Fan in Japan channel. My goodness, it's wrapped up as well. Now, what is the last thing I had in this kind of package? The gluttonous sticky rice. Is it dessert? It's chilled. It's got a banana, a heart, and a strawberry on it. Could it be dessert? You know I've got a sweet tooth. I'm already salivating at the possibilities. It smells sweet. It is petit cadeau de fruits. Does that sound French? What's the French for vavavoom? Titi only. Wow, oh my goodness. Dennis, my man, way too kind. Premium fruit selection right there. You can smell the sweet nectar of fruits galore. This is almost shiny than the shiny one, Arne Slot himself. And surely that is a good omen. I mean, look at that. That actually looks a little bit like Arne Slot's bald head. Thank you so much, Dennis, my man. We will thoroughly enjoy that. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. And I'll give you a sparkling review of how to... Oh my goodness, that is the legendary white Ichigo. That is premium white strawberry. Can you see what I'm seeing right there? That is luxury right there. The legendary white strawberry. And these are little kinkan. Kinkan are whole edible citrus things, which you eat the whole thing, including the skin. Lush. Umaso. It means it looks so tasty. Gonna enjoy that for dessert. Alrighty, so the first thing that Arne Slot said, it was actually in pre-season before all the squad joined up back in the AXA Training Academy. He said that Liverpool were going to train for every single formation. He reviewed all the training videos under Jurgen Klopp. He reviewed the training sessions of the past as well. What were the preferences of the players and what were the gaps? And he identified the training, how to match up against particular formations, how to defend on transition against formations, and how to break down particular formations, especially the low block, was going to be very, very important this season. And he prepared the lads to break down each and every formation, to know what to expect, to drill it into the muscle memory, so the players know natively the passages of play and the passing lanes in order to overcome any formation that he may face. Now, whether it's a 3-4-3, a 5-4-1, a 4-4-2, 4-4-2 diamond, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, doesn't matter. You'll note that Arne Slot is a tactical master and he knows how to do it. However, the players may not necessarily inherently remember what to do and how to break down each formation, even though you've trained it in pre-season, which is why the tactics and preparation for each match is so important. But even above and beyond that, you can only predict based on previous footage what opposition are likely to line up with. He mentioned it in press conferences himself. The opposition have lined up differently than how they expected. Take Bayer Leverkusen, for example. And this is why sometimes Liverpool start off slightly slower to gauge how the opposition are lining up, what they're attempting to do. And Arne Slot reshuffles the pack at halftime, which is why the halftime team talk is so prominent and he can really alter the narrative of the game, the flow of the game in that halftime team talk, for the fact that once he's figured out what the opposition have come to do, what they've lined up to do, what they're trying to achieve, he can say, guys, they've gone to 4-3-3, Number 9 goes out wide, or they don't even play with number 9. He drops into the 10 spot diagonals like Mane and Salah, for example. Or guys, they're pressing with a 2, leaving 4 in the middle in a flat line. You're not going to get through that 10 space there. Let's go into the half space on the whips and play from there, for example. Arne Slot is really, really keen on emphasizing what Liverpool need to do to break down a particular formation, a particular setup, and how to get into the game-winning scenarios, right? Whether it's Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Lucho Diaz, Cody Gakpo, who's been a very prominent member, even Darwinio Núñez off the bench, for example, okay? And another thing is he's very, very good at communicating, which really lends itself nicely because in order to convey the right tactical approach, you need to be calm. You need to give examples of how it's done. Things that went well in the first half, positions to get into on the board. You need to show the players where they need to get into, the spaces and the flaws in the opposition setup, and how to move them around to expose those gaps. He has a combination of preparing every single player in pre-season how to deal with the various formations. For the players that came back late, he said that those that were already there can show the patterns of play to break down those situations. He finds out what the opposition are looking to do in the first half, and then he reappoints each player into the right position in a new tactical tweak to allow them to break the formation that they actually turned up on the day to play against Liverpool. And as an emphasis as to why this is so important, I can't say that Liverpool have actually been tactically dominated by any team. Sure, Chelsea played well. Their system worked well. We went toe-to-toe, and Liverpool still won that game. You can't say that Chelsea dominated, but they did have good moments and good passages of play as well. There's no team, regardless, whether it's Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, any team that has played Liverpool this season, that have utterly dominated Liverpool tactically. And you include Manchester City there, Arsenal there, Chelsea, even Man United escaping, right, with the draw at the end as well. No team has tactically dominated Liverpool, not Nottingham Forest. We just couldn't break them down. Even when we've dropped points, we probably were the more likely victor in all particular games, even if we had to come from behind as well, okay? So the fact that Slot mentions how to beat or how to dominate or how to take advantage of opposition formations is point number 1, which is why I had huge confidence in him. And point number 2, around breaking down the opposition as well. Very, very important. Now, this is Slot style football. The Slot machine is dominating. It's antagonizing. It's agonizing to play against for the fact that he invites the pressure. He's very happy for Konate to Van Dijk, Van Dijk to Robertson, Robertson to Gravenberch, Gravenberch to Trent, Trent to Van Dijk, Van Dijk to Konate. He is moving the opposition side to side because in the low block and in the shape, opposition are disciplined. They press in the right moments. There's key trigger points for the press to occur. However, he's very, very calm and able to move the opponent side to side. Patient build-up play. Now, Carragher and other opposition may say slightly boring compared to Jurgen Klopp football, but who's to say it's boring when the offensive firepower shows that we are by far the most offensive team in the league. We've scored the most goals in the league, and we spread the goals around. Cody Gakpo can score, Luis Diaz can score, Darwin Núñez can score, Mo Salah can score, Chiesa can score, Harvey Elliott can score, Szoboszlai can score, Gravenberch can score, Szoboszlai can score, Virgil van Dijk can score, Trent Alexander-Arnold can score, even Alisson Becker, although in the previous seasons has shown he can score. We have an attacking threat from all positions, and what Slot is prepared to do is sacrifice more risque balls until the moment, the key opportunity to accelerate. And what that allows you to do is save the legs of the Liverpool players, force the opposition to move, to feel pressured by the crowd, pressured by the coach, pressured by the teammate, for the fact that we haven't touched the ball for quite a while. We're chasing shadows here. We're being shifted and moved side to side. Now, we'll have a dedicated video on the tactics board to show the movements here and how you open up those pockets, open up those gaps. But you'll notice every single time when Liverpool move, the front players don't necessarily sprint to get into a position to provide the option. There's opportune moments, and when one player moves, then the rest of them move. Keep an eye out on who is the conductor of the orchestra, that when they make that lead movement, the rest of the team reshuffles around them to facilitate that play, and off you go, like red arrows, bang, boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom, coolest cross in the room is a goal, kind of thing, right? And you saw that versus Ipswich when we moved the ball from side to side, went from Gakpo to Trent, back across McAllister, over to Gakpo, over it went again. And then finally, after 3 or 4 laterals, Trent found a yard of space on the right when the ball was shifted at pace over to him. He flashed the ball across, bang, Gakpo. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. This is why Everton won't pose as much of a threat as you'd believe, because in Jurgen Klopp, toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, Mane, Salah, red arrows, burst forward, in position, we fight, we shoot. If we miss, you got the ball, off you go again, or they can counter-press, or we go forward too quickly. Liverpool will frustrate Everton, really frustrate Everton and turn the crowd against them until the opportune moment. And when you play this kind of game of fire, Game of Thrones, it's about the quality. And in that moment, that incisive moment, when you lead up to the build-up, to that opportune assist before the assist and the ball comes in, it's too late by then, because Everton's defensive capability in terms of personnel and individuals don't match up really well against Liverpool, because Liverpool deal with physicality really well, and Everton aren't the pace merchants that they used to be. I think Liverpool match up supremely well against the David Moyes' Everton, and I'm talking about an Arne Slot Liverpool, so I'm not worried about this Merseyside derby at all. You're more worried about teams who can, on the laterals with pace, cut across the front of Liverpool's front line, across the line of the six, and shoot on the diagonal. AKA what Chris Wood did for Nottingham Forest, for example. Everton don't have that kind of play within them. They're a little bit more direct. So that's what Liverpool do. They play in moments which has saved our legs for the season. It's actually resulted in less injuries. It's almost genius in a way that you are baiting the opposition to provide you a gap. You're risking it for a biscuit. Risk it for a biscuit to allow them to press you, to come onto you, which is why teams have actually stopped Gengen pressing Liverpool, for the fact that Liverpool can play through you because they've got players with technical techers who are waiting for you to come. So as a trigger point, they can play through the lines and get behind you. One ball, second ball goes behind you, either directly the same player or another player who's dropped into that position, which means that Arne Slot's football is demoralizing for the opposition. They probe and wait for the better opportunity, and you don't always shoot. It's not always a cut inside and shoot across goal, which Lucho Diaz used to do frustratingly. On occasion won the goal. Neither does Mo Salah. You wait and you probe, and when it comes to the point where you choose to shoot or cross, you survey your options, and if the option isn't a high percentage chance or ball, you reset and you start to build up again, which the opposition is going, again, we're chasing them again. They didn't attempt a shot. I'd rather them shoot, even if it's a goal. Just give us that ball. I want the ball. I want to earn the right to play. And they don't even have the right to play, because Slot's patience in the build-up results in more presentable chances, which is Lucho Diaz between the posts, Mo Salah closer to the goal, Diogo Jota silkworming in between the goal post and shooting across to the back post with a high percentage header back where it came from, that kind of thing, right? Plays by percentages, but it doesn't mean less shots on target or less goal opportunities. Was it 37? He keeps mentioning it wasn't 37 shots on target against, was it Brentford? Yeah, Brentford, right? Not Bournemouth, Brentford, because we play Bournemouth very soon. Arne Slot is dominating teams. He's frustrating other teams, and he's creating better, clearer goal-scoring chances. We're not being more patient in terms of releasing the ball when opportunities present itself. We're just being more clinical in when it happens. It happens in moments. We're saving our legs for the run-in for the end of the season. We're peaking at the right time. It's resulting in less injuries. We've got so many shots on target, so many shots at goal, and every single match you feel, to some extent, we control the match. And as a manager, if you control the match, you feel secure. Even if the results don't go your way, Arne Slot is showing that he can dominate teams. And how long has it been since we've had a technical midfield, a battling midfield that can dominate teams, right? So that's point number 2. And just before I go into point number 3, let's look at the weird and wonderful things that I saw on this Tokyo trip. I'm going to do a whole vlog on my The Miyazaki Man channel, so join me for that one if you want to see what I got up to, my shenanigans in Tokyo. Love me some vlogs, right? Good fun. So I started with a baked lasagna in Tokyo Haneda Airport, but had to be careful not to get the tomato on my beautiful LeBron Liverpool kit. But very nice views in Haneda Airport itself, but not great views from my hotel window, construction everywhere. But look at this, queuing for Beyblade releases. Do you remember Beyblade? Going for some Western recovery food, lamb chops, mashed broccoli, and hey ho, I'm the best in the world at these little claw UFO capture games. Back to Italian, prosciutto, mozzarella, fresh baked pizza, crispy calamari, squid, and a lamb merguez sausage. Or seeing go-karts at night in the busy crossings of Shibuya, and then bringing home the bacon, the goodies for the loved ones. And the final thing I want to say about Arne Slot is actually the most interesting of all. Even though we consider him a tactician of the highest order, of the highest class, he says that most of the time he doesn't even talk to the players about tactics. What you think may be tactical, for him is just communication and interaction, giving them either an arm over the shoulder in Trent's case after Man United, or a kick up the bum if they need that as well. He really is concise in his communication, and he doesn't believe that he needs to explain things tactically. He would rather point out truthfully and factually and honestly to the media, which is why the media love him, why the opposition rivals fans don't mind him, and to some extent like him and say he's a cool bloke as well, because he speaks with honesty and clarity. It might be the Dutch mantra, the Dutch way of speaking as well. And he's got the most out of players like Cody Gakpo and Gravenberch, Dutch, you know, Jarell Hato, come on board, that kind of thing, right? Reindeers at AC Milan, why not? Let's get the whole Dutch contingent on here, at least all the Wonder Kids. Arne Slot conveys his message and motivation through concise interactions and relationships, right? Now, Jurgen Klopp would do it through passion, through heart beating through the chest, cheering up the crowd. But Arne Slot said he's not like that. He doesn't do the fist pumps. He's not all about being a showman, even though he's so shiny. Up the shiny one. The cream of the crop! Arne Slot said it from the start. He would tell it like it is. By hook and by crook, the truth hurts. And sometimes it hurts our own players. But he will speak the truth. Trent isn't the greatest trainer. Gravenberch, after man of the match performances, needs to show it in training as well. Players like Chiesa, it's not his fault that he's not up to match fitness. It's Slot's fault that Slot only gives him 5 or 10 minutes at the end of each match. So it's incredibly hard. Watter's mentality is fantastic. Doesn't matter if he plays 1 minute, 5 minutes. He's always there for the team, right? He isn't giving anybody any false leads or false senses of security. He will say it like it is. I play this team because we win. It's not our fault that we didn't play, right? The opposition were quality, and they made us play this particular way. And this is why the match turned out the way it is. I'm sorry, commentator. Did you say that formation? I would have thought we played 4-3-3, not 4-2-3-1 with two deep holding midfielders, for example. He will say it as it is, and that is the beautiful thing about Arne Slot. If it's crap, he will say it's crap. If it's marvellous and glorious, he will say so. If there's something to say about transfers, he will say it. If there's nothing to say, he will say it as well. He always slides in these little crude jokes as well and has a little giggle and a laugh himself. Straight-aced, poker-faced, none of that. He is just absolutely shoot from the hip is what it is. And truly, what Arne Slot says is really hilarious. Like his dad, after the Ipswich game, or was it a different game, said, "Son, I don't think you played the most attacking football. I would have liked to see you go for it more," that kind of thing. And, you know, his dad wasn't impressed with his tactics and all that kind of thing. So Slot is very cadent and says things up front as well. He said in the interview, it was Sky Sports, Trent Alexander-Arnold, yep, they tried him in the midfield, right? Experiment last season, and they did it for England as well. And he's a good player, but McAllister and Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are better than Trent in the midfield. They're better midfielders than Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Trent Alexander-Arnold in the right side, on the right whips, world class, maybe best in the world. He's so straight up. Shut that shop down straight away. Now, the best way to support this channel is through YouTube membership. Thank you so much to all the members who support this channel. I think we're at 96, 97 members now, so ever so close. Deirdre Drake, best. Thank you so much for joining Liverpool Fan in Japan. For anyone else who wants to support this channel, this is what you get in a YouTube membership. While you're checking that out, I'm going to choose a piece of kit from the Liverpool bag because I love opening my merch. And I'm going to enjoy that legendary white Ichigo, the white strawberry provided by Dennis Man. I'm going to take a cheeky bite right now. Oh, it's a little bit creamier. It's creamier than a red strawberry. First for everything. Omoshiroi, very interesting. Look at the white flesh on that. How interesting is that? Gosh, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Dennis. And as I said, piece of kit coming in just a moment. The best way to support the channel is through YouTube membership. Becoming a member will give you exclusive access to my tactical masterclass videos, as well as translations and analysis on Endo's book Duel, his vlogs, and my uncensored thoughts on other content creators. Each new member brings me closer to buying new Liverpool kits for Mushroom Boy Ato and Triple Me Mia as they grow up. The Wonder Kid tier gives you priority reply to your comments, as I will see the Endo emoji next to your name, as well as invites to live meet and greets in the future, member-only polls for video ideas, and custom emojis in chat for just under £3, cheaper than a Mackie D's triple cheese brunch, and more fulfilling too.
In the LFIJ All-Stars tier, you get early access to videos, member shoutouts in videos, Japanese snacks, and a custom commissioned Christmas card with my handwritten personal message to you for under £9. And in the Emperor Endo tier, me love you long time. Jump on for a 15-minute chat whenever suits every month and let's collab on Liverpool. Up the Reds! All members get exclusive access to the LFIJ lounge on Discord for that juicy and spicy banter in private. An exclusive member number and nickname that will go on your commission goodie. Yours to keep forever. So what are you waiting for? Join the membership and be part of the best community worldwide.
I'm going with this one because I've got top one already. This appears to be one of the training drill tops. And this is a Liverpool Authentic Goodness $59.95. But I got this in the Liverpool winter sales. I think it's on clearance. I got it for like £22. Absolute bargain. Axa purple lilac. Let's whip that on. Actually, no, let's cut off the label first. Let's whip that on right now. Alrighty, when I recover, I'm ready to get my sprint on outside. I've done a latest video on why you should quit gambling and how gambling almost ruined my life previously. Although I did create a tennis betting algorithm to win because I changed like £300 into 24k back in the day. But yeah, don't gamble if you can. I'll share a link down in the description as well. Check it out. But yes, I'm back, baby. I cannot wait for the PSV game. It's going to be great to see the rotational players in it. Obviously, it'd be great to seal first place in the new Champions League style format. We were top of the Champions League on merit, top of the Premier League on merit. Very hard for opposition to catch us up. I'm going to do a next video on who are the closest opposition to Liverpool in terms of challenging us in the title race, and it's not quite who you'd expect. Make sure you smash a like in this video. I'm recuperating nicely from surgery, still a bit sore, but it's going to take some time as well. Thank you so much for the lovely chat in the Discord forum. You guys are hilarious and amazing. I enjoy the chat alongs for sure. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. Peace. Janet. Other way around. Minasan, ichiban, it means the best.